All right, here's the weather.
Thanks.
I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill from the KMET Weather Center. For the Beaumont and the Banning area for those daytime hours on Christmas Eve, a possibility of a rain shower. There'll be partly sunny skies at high stable at 53. For the daytime hours in the IE area, a chance of rain shower, partly sunny sky, high in the mid 50s. And for the daytime in the Coachella Valley, a possible rain, partly sunny, highs in the 60s. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I appreciate each and every one of you for spending time with us on this beautiful day of a day. Yes, it is a gorgeous day out. If you have a chance to look out and enjoy the nice sky, which is looking bluer than ever, you will say yay, yay, yay. And it is a special day. I know a lot of people are going to have some special things happen on this weekend. They already have a lot of plans, but some weird stuff happening in the world too. We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there following the weirdness. Jesse, how you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Oh my God, what weirdness are we talking about?
Well, okay, imagine just for a minute, you have a bunch of plans to go see your family, and you're like, okay, we're going to be all together. We do it every year. We know how to do it safely. We're okay. And we're going to be great, with family members, right? And think about, the movie Home Alone 1 or 2, right? Home Alone 1 or 2, all the family goes away, but somebody gets left behind. What happens when you're the family that gets left behind, Jesse?
Ooh, good question. I don't know. You know what? I've always enjoyed being by myself, so I don't know. I'd probably take it as a vacation.
Well, according to this, United Airlines has canceled 169 flights for Christmas Eve as of Friday morning. That's just
Okay, that's something else. Wow, that's sad.
Yeah, a pre-pandemic level crowd hit the airports for the holidays. Three major U.S. airlines have been forced to proactively, get this, cancel more than 300 Christmas Eve flights due to the fast-spreading variant of COVID-19. What? So if you are ready to take off, you just found out literally overnight, not going to happen. Now imagine just for a minute, it's not just people visiting families. That's people actually going just anywhere, right, for anything. And so now you can't leave wherever you got to go. You are grounded. So United Airlines, again, 169 of those flights, but other airlines are doing the same in suit. 300 total Christmas Eve flights, Jesse? That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't even imagine the just the stress that these people must be going into. Now they got to find another way home.
Yep.
They got to find a place to stay.
Yep.
And what if they don't have enough money? Because you know what? A lot of people aren't planning on that. So,
Yep.
yeah, I feel real bad for them. Wow.
Planes, trains, automobiles. That's the movie that I think about when everything just goes awry and you have to go with your, are we going to go in the vehicle and go across country? Are we going to rent a vehicle? Are we going to go away? I don't know what people are going to do in this predicament. Here's what United said in a statement. The nationwide spike in cases this week has had a direct impact on our flight crews and the people who run our operation. As a result, we've unfortunately had to cancel some flights and are notifying impacted customers in advance of them coming to the airport. Now, I know there are those that understand messaging is great. But there are some that still don't go through messaging services, and they're going to show up anyway going, are you kidding me? Right? Because everybody plans with their suitcases, with their stuff. When you got to make your flight, you're going to be there anyway. So those are just the people that are not going to be notified. There's going to be so much stress at the airports this day. It is not the time to do it on Christmas Eve, the most planned holiday of the world, right? Even of ones that don't technically say they celebrate it, you go and visit family for a reason. They added this. I know there's going to be so much pushback this week. Everybody's going to be like, are you kidding me? We're sorry for the disruption and are working hard to rebook as many people as possible and get them on their way for the holidays. How? It's Christmas Eve, people. So it's not just United that's feeling the impact of the variant on crews. Delta Airlines canceled 124 flights for Christmas Eve. The airline says the flight cancellations are due to a combination of issues, including but not limited to potential inclement weather in some areas and the impact of the Omicron variant. Oh, no. Jesse, what do we do? Do you know how many storms there are in the world, and especially in the U.S., that we don't even talk about? There are so many natural disasters. People are like, what is going on? At an unprecedented rate. Literally. Isn't it weird?
It is weird. It feels like someone just turned on the weather machine. I mean, if we have a weather villain, come on, let us know. I mean, seriously. I mean, we're the Power Rangers. God.
You're thinking DC, huh? Because DC had the weather, right? There was a weather villain, wasn't there?
There was a weather villain. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. We need to stop that guy. I'm pretty sure someone's messing with the weather right now.
Yeah, just get rid of that guy. There's volcanoes happening. There's horrible weather. I watch almost regularly with my mom. This is our 30-minute special. We watch certain YouTube clips because YouTube has really good clips, and you just kind of focus not on the whole 30-minute news story. You just go on to natural disasters, and when you find that out, you go, where are they having tornadoes that they never have tornadoes in December? And you do the math on certain things that you go, is this normal? You go, well, in Kansas, of course they have tornadoes, but not like they have been. I mean, even the system of where they go that's a category 5 because they max at category 5, just like they do the Richter scale, right? Richter scale 8 and above, right? That's massively, massively bad in certain areas, right? There are so many bad tornadoes. They are going maximum category 5. I would do a new system for tornadoes that would be like category 8. That's how massive some of these things are. And if I had that footage, I would show you. But you just have to search it. When you search it, you understand how bad these things are. And again, this is usually August, September, October weather. Never almost January weather ever. It doesn't make sense. So there are so many scientists. There are so many science minds that are going, this is weird. What's going on? So we need answers. Now, Delta did continue and say Delta teams have exhausted all options and resources, including rerouting and substitutions of aircraft and crews to cover scheduled flying before canceling around 90 flights for Friday. We apologize to our customers for the delay in their holiday travel plans. Not the time to do it, people. Delta people are working hard to get them to where they need to be as quickly and as safely as possible on the next available flight. Alaska Airlines has resorted to offering extra pay to their healthy employees who can work added shifts into this upcoming Christmas weekend. So obviously more people are getting sick, and now they want people to know because they don't have enough people to compensate. Do you understand? So we're having that as well.
Right. So the people who are feeling perfectly healthy are going to get a real big pay bump. But yeah, I can see this. This is just being a headache, especially I'm glad my mom's not traveling. Oh, no, she is traveling. Dang it. Yeah, my mom's in Florida. Luckily, she left 2 weeks before any of this.
Smart.
So,
yes. Yeah. Never put it off to the last minute, which I know a lot of people do because they're waiting to get off of work and then, yay, week off, right? And no, you're always starting off in a bad way. I would say this, and I know nobody's going to listen to me on this, but I would be glad not to be on any flight because of this, because people are going to just show up anyway, get the extra pay, and then they're going to get their own passenger sick because they're going to work sick with coronavirus. I don't even know if it's I don't know if it's Delta, which is odd that Delta is canceling flights because of Delta. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I had to go there. What? I have to make some fun of this. This is ridiculous. The airline says they've had to cancel 10 Christmas Eve flights. This is Alaska due to some of their employees quarantining after reporting that they may have been exposed to COVID-19. Yikes. Thank God they reported it, right? So they're already doing the math to go, we can't compensate. We don't have enough people. Like you said, there's pilots, there's flight attendants. You can only do so much. Airlines for America, the group that lobbies on behalf of all major U.S. airlines, is calling on the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to shorten the quarantine time for fully vaccinated individuals, saying the Omicron surge may create significant disruptions. What? So now they're saying, we don't need to do this that long, do we? Because come on, you guys are killing us. And I go, That's called safety. We don't want to get your dumb coronavirus. What's wrong with you? Nick Callio, who's A4A CEO, said in a letter on Thursday, because everybody's looking at the bottom line, the surge may exacerbate personnel shortages and create significant disruptions to our workforce and operations. You are not going to want to be that guy, trust me, because now you sound like a douche. Don't be a douche. Callio proposed the isolation period to be shortened to 5 days from symptom onset for breakthrough infections. Oh, God, you a dumb man. Don't do that. Just don't. Trust me. If you're around your family, you want to be in isolation away from your family, not to give it to grandma or anybody who's in, oh, God. I'm thinking of all the people that have immunization problems. Well, not immunization problems. They have immunology problems or have a hard time getting well from certain things. He wrote, in turn, those individuals would be able to end isolation with an appropriate testing protocol. He basically just wants his money and then some. That's what this guy's talking about. And I say, Nick, quiet your mind down, okay? The letter comes after Delta Airlines and JetBlue Airways, both A4A members, also asked for isolation periods for fully vaccinated individuals to be shortened. Because everybody's going, ah! And I told you this is going to be a thing, but I did not know it was going to be in this weird way. So I know some that don't travel. They don't understand the gravity of this, but this is very, very, very significant. Because if it's affecting flight crew and it's affecting others, it is a problem for people eventually. Because during the holidays, what people don't understand is it's easier to get sick than not. If you have the flu shot, good job. If you have the vaccine shot, good job. But there are still people that don't have it. And even if you have the vaccination, it doesn't mean you cannot get is a new variant. These vaccinations that you've had do not cover That's the problem of it. Now, is it more resisting? I would say yes, based on the current news, but it's still a new variant. You would need a brand new shot, which is what Pfizer actually admitted as of 3 weeks ago, or maybe 2, I can't remember, to which will come out probably in March. They're already working on it, but it's not here yet. So you do not have the vaccination against which is why this is a thing to consider. You do not want We're not ready for it, okay? That's what people need to understand. Although there's all kinds of news saying, oh no, if you have the vaccination, it'll be more or less protected against I say no. It doesn't work that way. It's a brand new variant. These ones cover up to, I think, Delta. I'm not sure if they even cover Mu or Lambda, just so you know. I don't really know. But we need that list, right? We need to know. And there's so many ones still coming out. That's why we're going to be in this for, I predict, another maybe, I'd say minimum a year and a half to probably 2 years. Because these variants are constantly going to mutate. And when they constantly mutate, we are just not ahead of it in a good way. So when people get a vaccination, for those that thought, oh, I already got my vaccination, you get 1 or 2 shots, you think, okay, that's fine, I'm done. You're not going to be done. We're going to get more and more and more throughout the next couple of years. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I go on record saying that right here, right now. Okay, I guarantee it. I said this as of last year. I said, what if it goes on longer than you think it's going to go on? You have to prepare for the worst. And at that time, I said, I see it going on for another 3.5 years. I said minimum 2 years, but you have to compensate. You have to think long term. If you compensate long term, that's worst case scenario. I like to think worst case scenario because then I could plan for the future with that mindset. If you do not think worst case scenario, then you will not plan long term. That's why you have to plan long term. Does that make sense, or am I not making sense?
No, it makes sense. It does.
It's like budgeting, right? When you budget, you know what you can spend, but if you don't know what you're making financially, then you don't know where it's going to go eventually. Or some people, all of a sudden, maybe you like your job, but what if your business is impacted? What if they're not paying their bills? What if, and this is going to come up in the next 3 months guaranteed, there are going to be so many businesses closing because they cannot pay the back rent, which is going to be due them as of January. That's going to happen across the board. There are restaurants already struggling with very low numbers, but they have to pay the bills when the moratorium ends as of January. Now, unless federal kicks in and does another stay, this is going to be a problem. Now, there's good news of what Biden's doing for students and others. We'll talk about that next here on the morning show. But boy, oh boy, what a weird day. I'm telling you. And it's my birthday. So, yay. Crazy Bill. Stop number 1. All right, people, we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Jay from the Educated Retirement, wanting to thank absolutely everybody and have a happy and wonderful holiday season.
This is Grandpa. I want to say happy holidays to everybody. We pray that you have a wonderful time. We pray that you be healthy and get back with your family one more time. So happy holidays to you from Grandpa.
This is Daryl McCants with the West Coast Business Review, wishing all of you a happy holiday season and a happy new year. Thank you for listening every Wednesday at 3 p.m. And a shout out to the team there at KMET.
Ruth didn't know she was leaving for good. She knew he would kill her. Could she save herself? Did she feel she was worth saving? How could she best protect her children? To love, honor, and betray, Ruth Tunnicliffe shares her true tale. From submissive to survivor, then thriver. Now living a proud, purposeful life as an optimistic, inspiring, peaceful warrior. Can a person heal from feeling the guilt of a decision altering many lives? Weighted by living grief, moving through lessons learned, self-discovery, and land in self-love? Can someone who's been abused in every way move to self-trust, confidence, and arrive at living in peace? To love, honor, and betray, a sincere, honest letter. To herself and her adult children, Ruth Tunnicliffe shares her story so that others may also find the inspiring, peaceful warrior within. Amazon worldwide, Barnes & Noble, RuthTunnicliffe.com.
New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littleNsons.com.
Everyone's talking about Do Matcha. I mean everyone, not just people who already drink matcha. Tennis players, construction workers, executives, and teachers are making Do Matcha a part of their day. Do Matcha has an incredibly rich flavor, is low in calorie, gives you an energy boost without the crash, and contains oh so important antioxidants. It's everything your personal trainer wants in your diet, whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior. 100% traditionally made Japanese green tea, Do Matcha.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate many of you for tuning in. We appreciate you. I literally was asked yesterday by a good friend, are you going to do the morning show on your birthday? I say, yeah, I always do, actually. It's what I do. And I'm glad I'm doing it because, man, these are the type of things that I like to talk about and go, what is going on in the world, right? Rosalie, tuning in, thank you. Says, good morning, happy Friday. Good to see you, Rosalie. Viviana is tuning in as well. Linda Sorrell is watching. Thank you, Linda. Stephanie Reed says, hello, happy editing this glorious sunshine out in this day ahead, and Merry Christmas. I know a lot of people are wanting to have a Merry Christmas, but boy, oh boy, I'm telling you right now, if you are waiting for an airline to get you where you got to go or get you out of where you wanted to go, get from, you're going to be miserable, right, Jesse?
Yeah, honestly, you would have done better if you would have rented a car and drove there.
Actually, yeah, you're right. You're right, 100%. Yeah, I feel bad for international flyers, too. Stephanie Reed says, yesterday afternoon, broke my back from organizing and moving a box of picture frames. Oh, no, Stephanie. Yikes. That's very painful. I am going to say this. I have this. I'm not getting paid by these guys either, but everybody knows I was in a huge robbery of my phone and me, and I was like horrible. You can still see the proof right there. It's healing up. But I discovered this, and I want to say really quick, thank you to my friends and family who called and or messaged me. I haven't gotten to the majority of you, but I will say thank you. Now, I discovered this for myself, and I think y'all need to know it exists because I did not know it exists. If you ever got punched in the face, Jesse, or you were like an MMA fighter, what would you do when it swells up?
Ooh, I don't know. Bag of peas.
Bag of beans. Okay, all right, all right. I was told do steak because there's something about steak that when you put actual meat, it's an old school trick, but it actually does work. I didn't have a pound of steak to put on my, I have it right here. It's all like purple and such. But I use this, and this happened. It's still it's still a little bubble-ish right here, and I look swollen all right here because that's what happens usually when you get hit a lot of times. I don't know how many times I got hit because I blacked out. I 100% blacked out when it happened because there's some parts I just don't remember. But I can't wait to see the footage, man. If I get the footage, I'm gonna release it here on the show. But and that's if McDonald's releases it to me. I hope they do. Okay, so here it is. Arnicare. Okay, Arnicare gel, as you can see here, actually works really well. And this was actually recommended to me by a good friend. He says use anything with Arnie. Okay, Arnie is evidently something that's good for you, but it's good for muscle pain and stiffness and swelling from injuries or bruises. Okay, now I use this on my left side, which was really bad. It's gone down significantly. I'm using it on my right side. Now, having said that, he also said aloe vera juice is really good for you, or just take something from aloe vera. Now, I have aloe vera plants, but I don't want to cut into my aloe vera plant on purpose. So I got these from Walmart. Now, Target did not have this, okay? They had a different topical formula. I didn't like it, but there you go, okay? But this one actually is really good, okay? Now, this one, aloe vera juice, okay, it's more concentrate than not. I swish it around my mouth because when I got hit, I think my teeth ended up either biting down on my cheeks, which caused the on the inside a bad problem, so it bubbles out, right? But I've been using this religiously. Usually I used to use like a little bit of hydrogen peroxide with water and then swish it. Never swallow it, but you could swish it in your mouth to compensate. Like if you get like canker sores in your mouth, use that. But use I think it's a 5-to-3 ratio. I can't remember. More water than hydrogen peroxide, but it kills even in the mouth. Just don't swallow it, okay? So don't tell your kids to. It doesn't do good for your body. It just does good for other areas. And when it fizzes, that's healing an infection, if that makes any sense. It basically cleans it out, and then it allows you to overnight kind of heal from that. But aloe vera juice like this, I just swish it around my mouth, kind of let it sit there and let it be there, and it's been working really good. I feel much better. It's starting to go down. It's starting to feel a little bit better. It's healing slowly, but these things I recommend, and no one's paying me for this, just so you know, okay? I'm just recommending this on purpose because it can help you if you ever get bruised and or mugged or in a fight or you're an MMA fighter, okay? Just, it worked for me, so I'm recommending it. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, let's see. People are going, oh, good to know. All right, now, Biden doing some interesting stuff. I think he can do more, but here it is, okay? A lot of people forget about student loans. Americans who were dreading the burden of resuming student loan repayments in February got a reprieve from President Joe Biden, but they are not feeling entirely at ease yet. He extended the pause on student loan repayments until May. Okay, so you got a few more months if you need to pay your student loan. Now, Chloe Cross, who's 29, who works in the film and television industry in LA and owes $32,000 in federal student loans, says that's a huge relief for now, but it still interrupts my ability to plan long term. I keep thinking he has a plan to cancel more long-term debt, but it's so messy. I'm exhausted, and it's like our lives are pawns. We're here for them to play with and sacrifice. Now, she was speaking after Biden on Wednesday announced the extension of federal student loan forbearance, giving borrowers whose $1.6 trillion in debt remains an overhang on the economy until May 1st to start repayments. It's the second such extension and comes as the variant has forced businesses, again, like I've said, to close over the holidays and consumers to pull back on spending going out. Now, here in the U.S. of California, businesses are not being closed down because of the but I have seen certain cities act like they are in a tier, but we haven't been put back in a tier. Does that make sense? Or am I missing something? What do you think, Jesse?
Are we in a tier-based system again? I don't even know anymore.
I believe the answer is no. That's why businesses are open. We just have the mask mandate, but that's why we have to have a mask mandate inside businesses, but businesses are still supposed to be open. Does that make sense? But on the East Coast, like New York, they are being closed because they have a huge resurgence there. But we haven't had that resurgence here just yet, although I've been seeing kind of the news headlines. The numbers are picking up very quick. So, like I said, it was going to happen on the East Coast before it happened here. It happened in London before it happened here. That's how these things trickle down to us. So it might be like in the next couple of weeks. I don't know. It just depends. Bloomberg economist Yelena Shulayateva says it's just kicking the can down the road, really. At some point, the administration will have to make a decision of what to do with student debt. She noted that the latest action will likely add to the savings consumers have accrued from government transfers over the past 2 years of the pandemic. I will say this. It's a trickle-down effect, and she's not wrong in saying that. When you have that much debt, you have to be able to compensate with good employment. But if employment starts drying up, and trust me, the TV industry, the film industry has dried up a good 68% or so. Probably 60 to 68% or so. That's a lot of jobs that just people are waiting to go back to work, which is good if you want to offer lower pay, which is why you're starting to see a lot of people go on to Netflix movies, but not high, big budget movies like Spider-Man or Matrix or what's the other ones that have come out? What's the other ones that are out this week, Jesse?
Kingsman.
Kingsman, yeah. Okay, those are all big budget movies, which were done big budget like, but a lot of the newer stuff, like, which is why, HBO Max is good, the streaming platforms are good, but they're not getting top dollar billing right now. Now, if you buy a DVD or a video on demand, then they get more money that way. But it's shifted so much. And they're not talking about that. But that's just the film industry. Now we're talking about service industry. Now we're talking about all other industries that are being impacted. Look at airlines. Airlines are being impacted, right? And that has a trickle-down effect on tourism and travel and this, that, and the other. So my point is this. We really do need a better plan by the administration, which I think can actually forgive a lot of debt. And I say this, people always get mad at me for saying this, but I say, did we not bail out the banks? Did not the banks, when they were at their lowest, still exist from then to now? Why are we not bailing out our businesses that are trying to keep people alive and then some? Why are we trying to recoup the money that you should have never given out, but because there was a lot of money actually given out, it was given out in a really bad way? And I read an article yesterday, literally, Jesse, that said they're trying to recover, I think, $100 million worth of bad loans, where people just took advantage of the system. It was a lot of money. I don't know if it was 100 million or 100 billion. I can't remember. It was 100 something.
I can totally believe that. People take advantage. When there's a situation like this, there will always be people that take advantage.
Yeah. So federal is starting to prosecute people that have taken this situation out of hand. So if you did take those ones, I say be prepared to pay those back, man, because if you don't have, just be careful. All right, let's see. Stephanie Reed says, I know I go on a future prediction site, and it said that COVID will still be here at the end of 2023. Yeah, I say 2024. That's my prediction. 2024 and maybe a quarter. 2024 and a quarter, right? Maybe like March, right? But that's still positivity, because you want to be prepared for 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. Start planning for the future, and you'll be ahead of it. That's what I say. We can make it, but we got to be alive to make it, right? So love your loved ones in the meantime. Call them up, ask how they're doing, and see if they're okay. I know I got a call from a good friend yesterday, and she's like, oh, I feel sick. I feel horrible. And she's like, I got to go get the coronavirus test, and thankfully it came back negative. I know, Jesse, you've been sick, and you're like, yeah, it came back negative. So you had just a cold, thank God. And thankfully, I think she just has strep throat is what she said she thinks she has. And that's no fun. This is no fun. But my point is, it's hard to hear things like that, because you go, I hope it's not the worst case scenario, because I've lost people due to coronavirus. I have. And other diseases too. I don't discount, HIV. I don't discount heart disease. I don't discount all the other things that we all have to make sure a hospital is free and willing to take care of us for. But there you go. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right. So I say this, administration, do the right thing for the rest of the country. Do the right thing for our businesses, and do the right thing for our renters, whether they be residential or otherwise, because that's coming up around the corner too. You guys got to be ahead of this. Stop thinking for yourselves. Start thinking for us. Okay? All right, we're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
You've been charged with a crime, and now you're facing the loss of your freedom. Where do you turn to get out of jail or stay out of jail? The law offices of Wallen and Claridge. Call 877-4-NO-JAIL. With over 20 years experience and attorneys who work in your local courts, Wallen and Claridge can make the difference between jail and freedom. When you need help, make one call. Make it to Wallen and Claridge. 877-4-NO-JAIL. The call is free. Will you be?
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you. This is a reminder to our listening audience on the radio, wherever you're at, be careful and slow down. If you feel odd around the area of where you're driving or you're feeling a little lightheaded, pull over and be okay with pulling over. This has been happening. I know as of the last couple of days, I've been seeing some weird stuff happening with truck drivers and drivers going through red lights more often than not. I go, what is going on in our world? This just happened earlier, a massive crash, and this was in western Wisconsin. But again, I say, even though it's, you know, across the kind of the world, I would say, of here, we're in Southern California, and we don't usually talk about local stories like this, but this is bad. Okay, this was a 40 to 50 vehicle massive crash that closed a portion of Interstate 94 in western Wisconsin, according to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Authorities received a report of a crash around 5:45 a.m. Thursday on Interstate 94 near Hickston, according to the Wisconsin State Patrol. Multiple crashes, vehicles running off the road, and jackknifed semis occurred due to freezing rain and icy roads. When emergency personnel arrived on scene, they found a semi-truck was on fire in the median with two passenger vehicles underneath. Multiple secondary crashes and runoffs occurred in the same area, the State Patrol said. Passengers of the vehicles were transported by a bus to a safe location. They said that about 40 to 50 cars were involved in the incident. There were no fatalities, only minor injuries reported. Thank goodness. They hope to get both lanes open by early evening. As of 1 p.m., though, Thursday, portions of Interstate 95 were still closed because of the crashes. And there you go. But so, look, and I know there's a really bad weather here in California as well. So I will say this. Can you guys just slow down a little? Just, be okay with not being all throttle on the pedal right now. Right, Jesse? Or no, you're just like, speed up. Have fun.
No. Yeah, you're right. People really do need to slow down. They're going so fast, it's crazy. I'm like, I'm going the speed limit. Why do you want me to go 20 miles over it? Stop.
I know people honk over the stupidest things. Like I'm like, do you not see the light says red? Like, or don't go. Like I seriously, I was in LA yesterday. I saw some weird drivers, but you guys just be okay with getting there late. All right, well, you will never get dead by being there late. I know I sound like an old man saying this, but I've been in vehicles where I go, why are you driving like a maniac? And I'm almost like, you know what I mean? There's some that you're just like, yikes. So be okay. If you need to go to the slow lane, go to the slow lane. Do not be like these guys that think that they're super professionals. Even super professionals want to do that on the highway. Just so you know. So there you go. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Jesse, you have a story. What's going on over there?
I have one story and one observation.
Okay.
Okay, so I remember back in the 90s, or in the 80s, 90s, they told us, don't go near the TV. It'll mess up your eyes, right?
Yeah, of course.
And yet we have these VR goggles, they're strapped to your face, literally inches away from your eyes. So I'm just like, was I being lied to back in the days?
I know what you mean. Now that you think of it like that, you know what? That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
And I was just like, I was like, oh, okay. And then I'm thinking about what would be the next evolution for a TV.
Okay, can I just say something really quick?
Okay, go ahead.
If I could get one gift for the next year, I saw at Walmart I want to say 75-incher.
Okay.
For $600.
Wow, that's actually really good.
Flat screen. Do you remember when that was like, as of maybe like 5 years ago, like an oddity, and it would cost like $6,000 minimum? It's a tenth of the price of what it would be normally. I say I want that, and I don't need to be up close to it. But, just to see it. Because you're right. As kids, we'd always go really close to it. And I remember looking at the little old screen TVs, remember? And you look really tight. And then you see all the little squares, or I don't know what you call them, or hexagons or whatever. And you see, and they say, don't, you're going to ruin your eyes. So I don't know the answer on VR headsets. Because I had this discussion yesterday with a good friend about VR and where it's going. Because the metaverse is really making some really interesting plays financially. People are making a lot of money off it. And I think it's going to be here to stay for a reason, but I have not been in the metaverse to understand what it is people are even paying into. But I think those that are smart are getting in, they're getting out, and they're going to ride the wave until the wave kind of finalizes, and then there's going to be a small wave, and then there's going to be an eventual wave because it's called real estate in the metaverse, which I'm going to say this. Who else is going to create another verse like Facebook's metaverse in order to create more draw or something? I don't really know. And I kind of want to know who's in this metaverse to begin with. Are you in the metaverse? Or do you have a headset? I have a headset. I haven't had a chance to go in the metaverse. Who's doing this?
Right. I think it might be in a beta program right now, so I'm not quite sure. But I remember watching a TikTok, and I don't even know how to feel about it. This woman, like, I know she was being serious, but she was like, yeah, sexual harassment. No, she was sexually harassed or something like that in the metaverse because somebody touched her chest. So,
okay.
I mean, like, it's a video. I mean, I get killed in video games all the time. I mean, people do horrible things to my dead body after a Halo match. So, I don't know how to feel about it. I mean,
okay, hold up. So you got to give me the scenario here. Okay, Did she wear a haptic suit and she knew that they were touching her chest?
No, just,
And
just
how does that roll? I'm a little confused. And who was this and what?
yeah, no, it's a story. It's going around, but it's really weird because it's just like she's not wearing it's just a visor, the headset thing, and I guess some immature person was just like going like that to her. I don't know. It's stupid. People like to complain.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's do's and do nots, right? Right? I mean, but so wait, so she says she got brushed. Can you kind of read? I'm confused on that article.
Yeah, it's really weird. Hold on. But here, let me look more into this one. But yeah, so let's go back to my previous question.
Okay.
What would be the future of television? Like, what's it
Oh,
going to evolve into?
well, I think 3D is like nobody really took to that. So I don't think it's going to evolve into that. I think VR is going to be the next evolving. I think like Ready Player One, we're going to see more of gaming like that in the future. I think when you share gaming experiences in a really good way, you're going to be able to connect with others across, honestly, the sea. And with coronavirus still being a thing, I think it's a way for people to interconnect in a really fun way. I think kids are ahead of it, those that actually play it. Adults, not so much because they really don't know the benefits of it. And then there's others that I think can be introduced to it, but they haven't been introduced to it yet. I think senior citizens should technically be introduced to this because I think there are ones that are in nursing homes that would benefit from the experience. And I think it could help them in a really good way want to live longer and interconnect with people that they haven't interconnected with in a very long time. Me and a friend were talking about maybe mentioning something to Facebook of saying, look, we know how to get it into senior centers, and if you can get into senior centers in a really good way, you could make sense of it for those that want to kind of get, how do I say it, like out of where they're at. Nobody wants to be stuck in a senior center. Trust me. No senior wants to stay in the senior center for long because they just don't like it. I've visited senior centers since I was 15 because I used to actually go and help them out with just visiting them with other friends. But I will say at the end of the day, they love it when you come visit them, but they hate it when they have to stay there the whole time. There's no fun being in a home like that. Okay, there just isn't. So that's why when people are like, young, I say be careful because people are going to put you in a nursing home. I joke sometimes that I would do that to my mom. I wouldn't do that to my mom. But if she had Alzheimer's, what would I do? I would have to have her get and take care of it at a home because they have 24/7 care. I cannot do 24/7 care. So there are some homes that have to do that. You hope that it is financially good, that you have the money to compensate for it, but there's a lot that don't have that, and they're kind of like lower on the totem pole nursing home. So I say invest some of that money into a day program and even a night program. Instead of watching the tube only, do it on a VR headset, go back to yesteryear moments, and then maybe you make it very simple because when they're in wheelchairs or they say down, you never do it to where they stand up. They have to sit down. That way they don't hurt themselves. But they move around. They could be in a raft. They could go on a little vacation with a VR headset. And trust me, that's going to help thinking mind. If you were 80 years old, Jesse, do you think you'd want to be in a VR headset, from time to time?
Oh no, that would be great. And you want to make it awesome? Is if they found a way to mimic smells.
What smells would you want to mimic, Jesse?
So like, let's just. Oh my God, I don't even want to. Just the way that question was. So let's say like you're in the VR and you're like in a headset or like on the ocean. Maybe it can like mimic the smell of the ocean or something like that.
Okay, I got an idea. They actually have certain scents that come out and certain what do they call it? Diffusers. Like you could have lavender, you could have something, and you could do that in a room as a recreational room because I've been in one. It was at a day spa. And it smells like the forest. It smells clean, like in the outside of the forest. And so they do this in the ventilation system, and it relaxes you to where you just want to fall asleep and you want to just stay asleep. It's a day spa. It's my special one in LA. It's the one I go to every now and then. It's only like $25 for the whole day or all night. And they have a salt room. They have all kinds of cool stuff, and each room actually can do that. So that's not a bad idea, Jesse. if nursing homes want to do it, but I think they'd probably be like really financially well off ones. But I think you could start with a diffuser that has like the ocean smell, right, as close to it in combination with the VR experience. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Kind of be like, just imagine like if you want to do like, oh, I feel like relaxing and taking a little walk through a forest that I live nowhere near.
Yeah.
Just find a way to mimic that forest smell, and then boom, that would be amazing.
Yeah, and I think content needs to be created for that. It needs to be simple. It needs to be easy. I always go back to this idea. I talked to my mom about this. It would be cool if you had a device where you felt like you were fishing, and it would tug on it in tandem with the VR headset. So for guys that like to go fishing, you can go raft water fishing. You could go on the ocean fishing. You could do the big barracuda. You could do the big, whatever is out there, and you could feel the tug of the rod, right? And then you feel it, and it's just tied to a machine. That's good exercise, and it gets the mind engaged to kind of go next level and say, all right, now we have some physicality, but you stay seated. That's a perfect example, like fishing, but VR. I know it exists, I guarantee, but I know the rod doesn't exist. And I think if you create a good rod that kind of pulls and tugs, just like a real one, I think you're already ahead of it, right? Or fly fishing. You know what? Sometimes people just like to pretend like they're fishing, and then they get the fish, and then they have this little thing that says, do you want to post this to your social media? And that was like your big win. You know what I mean? Or it gets away from you, and you're like, man, I got to use different tackle. And so you do the little controls to go left or right on different tackle, and then, okay, this one works better. But, it's all about strategy, right? There's a whole fishing industry that I think is technically not knowing about this, that need to know about this for our senior citizens, especially the guys, right? Even maybe some of the ladies might participate. I don't know, right? And then you can do it with your buddies, right? You could be on like the same boat virtually, one in New York and the other in Louisiana, right?
Right? That sounds like a lot of fun. Just to have something a little bit more interactive.
Yeah, exactly. But what do you think is going to be the future of television?
Oh, I don't know. This guy right here in Japan, he created a pretty big, like, have you ever thought about obviously smell-o-vision, but this guy in Japan, Professor, he developed a prototype lickable TV screen that can imitate food flavors. So I'm not sure how to feel about that, but the device called the Taste of TV uses a carousel of 10 flavor canisters that spray in combination to create the taste of a particular food. The flavor sample then rolls on hygienic film over a flat TV screen for the viewers to try. I'm not gonna lie, I always wanted to lick my TV screen, so the future looks bright.
I'd be careful as to who licked it first.
I'm thinking, I'm like, great. Now I gotta wipe it down because someone licked my screen.
You're at Walmart and you're like, it's Taste-O-Vision. Check it out. All the kids, all the people licking that thing. You're right. It does taste good. All the germs being passed along. Oh, great. Well, you know what? This is funny because this was a Willy Wonka episode, wasn't it? In Willy Wonka, they did a smell-o-vision. And then it was like you could reach in and you could pull something out, which would be Taste-O-Vision, right? So this is interesting. Japanese professor created a prototype for a TV screen you could lick to taste different flavors. That is so interesting. Dubbed Taste the TV, the screen can imitate food flavors and uses a carousel of 10 flavor canisters that you said that spray in combination to mimic the taste of items. So there's probably very obvious combinations, kind of like the colors of the rainbow. You make so many combinations that will create a certain type of taste. It's actually very smart. The spray sample is then rolled out onto a hygienic film laid over a flat TV screen for the viewer to taste. So there's some bugs here going on. I think like I'm a little. So it's not on the television. It's laid on the film, kind of like roll. Like what was those roll pop? Not those roll. Remember those roll ups when you would like roll them and then like taste them like fruit flavors?
The fruit roll-ups?
Yeah, fruit roll-ups. That's what they were called. It's kind of like that, but I guess it's a clear film. I guess
a clear film you put over your TV, which I guess is cool as long as you replace it every time. Don't reuse.
Meiji University professor Homei Miyashita said to Reuters, adding that he was inspired to create new ways for people to connect with the outside world during the pandemic. Smart smart. I'm not gonna lie. There's use here. Said the goal is to make it possible for people to have the experience of something like eating at a restaurant on the other side of the world, even while staying at home. You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now. That's great for brands to say, taste this, and then come in and get your free sample in person, right? Like, I would be like, okay, but I would want my own personal set, don't you? Right? Doesn't that make sense, Jesse?
Yeah, I think like you just replace it. Like I think it's just for personal use. So I don't think it's for like a family. You just you put it on it.
Yeah, I'd be like, honey, I love you, but come on, I don't want your lick. I mean, some people get weird about just cups. Did you really spit back in that? What? Right? Miyashita told the outlet that a commercial version of the device will cost about $875 US dollars to make. The professor who has also helped produce a fork that makes food taste richer. I mean, you know what? I love this guy already, man. This guy is Willy Wonka personified. I thought this stuff was not real. It's real. This is bona fide stuff, Jesse. He says that down the line, he hopes to create a platform where flavors from around the world can be downloaded and shared. It's kind of like printable 3D objects. He's going next level with taste. That's actually a really good idea when you think about it. So there you go.
Right. I'm just thinking. I'm just like, I just keep picturing myself up against the TV going, it tastes like schnozberries.
Yeah. I'd be like, Frosties, like, taste our Frosty now. Just lick your television. Like, right? Or Pop-Tarts, taste the new flavor. Or Doritos, taste the new flavor. Cool Ranch, personified in amazingness with, sprinkles of sugar. I don't know. Churro on your Taste-O-Vision right now, I think it would be cool. Okay, here's what I wouldn't take it on the screen. I would take like this little like a how do I say it? Almost like where you have a little thing that comes out of the side, kind of like a printer, and it kind of like comes out to the side, says, "Here, taste this sample now." I think that would make more sense, right?
Ooh, okay, I like that. Like if there's something coming up that it can mimic its flavor, it'll print it out.
Yeah, like those little when they have like you go into those taste or when you go into like Macy's and they say test our perfume, right? And they spray it on the little strip. You just have a strip like that. It comes out of the television. You go, I like it, right?
Okay, yeah, I dig that. I like that a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that would make more sense than licking a television because I just don't see that happening for long. I just don't see it. I'm sorry. That's where my mind goes. Okay, people, I had a good day with you. Thank you very much for making it fun for us. Make it a great weekend as well. Stay safe out there. And if you are hampered by the flight situation, let us know about it. We want to know your story. We feel bad for you. Bye-bye, everybody.